Hello, sorry, I just went in and out because Katie just ran by me, but wanted to come in here on this Sunday night and say, hey, happy first Sunday of the year, and it is going to be meal prepping and planning. I'm back at it. One of the reasons, because when I asked everybody why, one of the reasons y'all followed me is because of meal planning and prepping ideas. So I wanted to make sure that I did the best job I could at sharing that with you a little bit more than I did at the end of the year. So here is this week's meal plan and prep. I did the grocery store pickup yesterday, and I did that at Walmart. I didn't sit down and have like this big planning session of what I was going to make this week because we were traveling and getting back in town. So I grabbed a few things, and this is what I have got going on. I picked up steaks, I picked up roast, hamburger meat, pork chops, and those are my main proteins for this week. So I did, when I got home and looked at my calendar, and I have been writing it on there. So I made several of the things tonight, and the whole thing with meal planning and prepping is to get as much done as you can ahead of time so that it sets you up for success later on better. So, I don't know if anybody's on here. Is anybody out there? Because it's like, it's just as dead as it can be. Oh, there's somebody. If y'all can hear me, let me know, because it usually is not that dead for that long. So give me a thumbs up, or a heart, or a wave, or a hey, or something, so that I know that y'all are there. So, okay, well, this time I went on and I made pork chops tonight. That's what I was planning for dinner, but they ended up eating something else. So I planned for pork chops, roast, taco, steaks, leftovers for one night, and also for meatloaf. So now what I did today, I'm going to flip this around so y'all can see my counter. Okay, so in the crock pot, I'm going to cook this roast tomorrow. I went ahead and prepped it with everything that it needed on it, the seasonings, and I'll show you what I use a little bit later. And I also used small white potatoes, carrots, and then extra virgin olive oil and this white balsamic vinegar. So that's what's in there, and then some water. So all that is in the crock pot, and it will go into the refrigerator overnight, and then in the morning it'll go ahead and go onto the actual base of the crock pot, and it'll cook all day. So that will be tomorrow. Now I did go ahead and cook pork chops, and I went ahead and cooked taco meat. The kids will eat tacos for lunch, they'll eat pork chops, and so will Caleb and I. So it helps for us to have some of these things already cooked and then eat leftovers throughout the week if we can, and also make a few things on the spur of that night, but we already have it intentionally planned. So I did cook a small meatloaf, very small meatloaf, because I halved the taco and I halved the other part of it for the meatloaf. So those are actually prepared into serving size containers now. I'm going to leave the taco meat like that because the kids, they'll be after it like crazy. And, oh, hey Charity, hey Michelle. The steaks, I went ahead and put the seasonings, and I also use extra virgin olive oil, and I did use this again on it, as well as a little bit of water. So what's really nice is if you're set up for a plan this far ahead, that's going to marinate really nice for this long. So that's a really good thing, to marinate your steaks for a couple days. They'll taste a whole lot better. So that's there. Also, protein-wise, I hard boil some eggs. Go ahead and salt and pepper them, and I usually like to wait for them to cool off before I put them in individual containers because they get watery if you put them in there when they're still hot. That steam creates an issue. And what I also can do is take the canned tuna and the eggs, and if I had an avocado, that would be something I could use as well. I could also mix up like a tuna salad with that. So I have that option, or I can just eat the hard-boiled eggs as a quick protein snack. And then I also, these are one of my go-tos, chicken apple sausages, and that brand is awesome. There's no sugar in them or anything. And also, I do have some deli meat sometimes that I'll have, and I have it for the kids as well. So, and then I have regular eggs, of course, for breakfast morning. So this is kind of the protein section of what I'll be having. Here are the spices I said I was going to talk to you about. This is my absolute favorite right now. When it comes to spices, one of the things that I'm looking at in ingredients, if I'm buying a set like this that's already mixed together, is what's in it. Because these spice things will have sugar and all kinds of additives. This one is literally just the Himalayan pink salt, black pepper, and minced garlic. There's nothing else in it, so that's really good that that's all that's in there. It actually says on the back, I think there's dillweed and a few natural flavors, and paprika. So this is my absolute favorite. It's literally on everything. It was in the meatloaf, it's on the roast, the steaks, and the pork chops. It's just super good. Another one that I use, this is also on the steaks too, is a garlic pepper seasoning. It's pretty much the same thing, but I like it because it's a coarse one that you can grind. And this one I'm really liking lately for putting on eggs in the morning when I'm cooking them. It's everything seasoning for bagels and more, but it's basically like an everything bagel without the bagel. Okay, so that's the protein section. And then I kind of go into the carb section that I have. I try to stick with some healthier carbs, which are going to be sweet potatoes. Notice I didn't cook any of those tonight. I might get some of those cooked tomorrow, and then have them, like a half of them for a carb serving. I go ahead and prep my oatmeal. I love the steel cut oats. I go ahead and do a big batch of them. All of this is oatmeal because I will have it for my pre and post workout carb. Will be one small container. This is the serving size that I use for the oatmeal. I also have thin sliced good seed bread from Dave's Killer Bread. It's one of my absolute favorites. Okay, and then this little section is the healthier fat section. I like almond butter. This one's a crunchy almond butter, and these are some small ones I can throw in my bag if I need to. Actual almonds. So the thing with nuts and cheese and healthier fats is this is the serving size that I use. It's pretty small, like comparatively speaking to the vegetable one. See how much tinier it is? So if you can manage to imagine there's about 12 almonds in there. Most people eat a lot more than 12 almonds, and this is not a lot of cheese. That's the thing with portion sizes, though. It's all about the amounts of foods. Not that you can't have cheese and not that you can't have fats. It's about how many of these are you really getting when you really should have about one serving of these fats a day, depending on your size and weight and a whole bunch of different factors. But essentially 1 or 2 of these a day is about it. But truthfully speaking, I could probably eat like 10 of these easily. Okay. On to vegetables. This is my serving size for vegetables. Nice, hearty, and really big. It's about a cup. This is my spinach. I ran out of Ziploc bags, so I didn't go ahead and bag my regular spinach. This I pulled out of the freezer just so I could show you. I bag them up, and this is in the freezer. It crunches super, super easy, so it can go into shakes and into eggs in the morning. This happens to be chopped cauliflower, a bag that I got at the produce section, and I just simply microwaved it. I will season it later, and it'll be a healthy vegetable. On top of the spinach that I already have, I put spinach in my eggs and oftentimes spinach in my shake that I drink. There's my shake container that I have, and I mix that up for a healthy, quick, super nutrient-dense meal. These are the fruits. Again, I said I ran out of my Ziploc bags and stuff, so I did not individually package them, but this is my serving size for the fruits. It's roughly the same size, just slightly smaller. I actually struggle to eat this many grapes. But this is kind of like a one small banana or half of a large banana. And I have lemons for lemon water. Now this doesn't necessarily fit into any of my containers, but this is a very healthy bar that I can have always in my car, in my bag, because it has very little ingredients in it, and it's really yummy, and it has not a lot of calories, and it's pretty good on carbs and fats. It's really good. I've compared a lot of bars out there, and this one is absolutely probably the best one that I have found, and taste-wise as well. Okay, so that is meal prep for this week. And based on this, I have everything set up. I've got the pork chops made. The roast will already be made for dinner tomorrow. The tacos are made, although I probably will have to make more because that's listed on my Tuesday night because, you know, Taco Tuesday. Sometimes we're rebels and have them on a different night. Steaks will be something I grill that night, and then I'll have a leftover night. And if I run out of food, if I find that this isn't enough, I will go ahead and switch it to getting something at the grocery store, and I'll make something else up. So Christina wants to know where I got the bars. There's something that I specifically ordered, and I can definitely send you a message on where to get those, Christina. They're through the same company that I partner with, and also that I get my shakes from. I love them. Caleb loves them. Scarlett likes them. Caden does not. Caden is funny about sweet stuff though. But they're super good, and they're one of the things that I found to be really helpful. They are not the only bar out there. There are plenty of other bars that you can get at your grocery store, but these are actually priced comparably about the same and somewhat cheaper than the other ones and super good. So, but I will send you a message. And yeah, I think that is it. So y'all wanted to see more of this. I kind of gleaned that from some of the reasons that people do follow me, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more intentional in getting this going, not only for myself, but so that I can show you guys how I am doing it. Caden just got out of the shower. He's wrapped in a towel, though. He ran across here naked when I first started. Y'all didn't see him because it was he was facing me. They didn't see you. I saw him, and I went, whoa, because I thought he was going to be across the camera. So, but anyway, y'all have an awesome Sunday, and don't feel like you can't do this because it's already 8 o'clock almost on Sunday night. You can literally do this any night of the week. It helps set you up for the rest of it. So Sunday is the night that I typically choose to do it because that works for me, but sometimes it does happen on Monday, and I will do a little bit more of the individualized packaging probably Monday because I need to get Ziploc bags, and that really helps. Having the stuff already prepped into the bags helps me to just reach in the refrigerator and grab a serving. I don't have to think about it. I know what I'm getting, and it's just super helpful. So any questions and any comments, anything you need help with, just let me know. Don't hesitate to send me a message or leave a comment here, and I will get back to you. And y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.